this video, I want to talk about orthosomnia. Orthosomnia comes from orthopedics and orthodontics, and it translates as perfect sleep. Is it possible to get a perfect night or week or lifetime of sleep? And a lot of people are worrying about this because they have trackers. Trackers are there for measuring our heart rate, measuring our steps, and they give us some indication on our vitals, including sleep. And certainly my tracker does actually show me whether I've got a good night's sleep or not. And my usual sleep pattern is somewhere around 7.5 hours. About 4 of that is deep sleep and about 3.5 is light sleep. That's pretty standard all the way through. But I don't actually have any, apart from 1 week, green ticks. And that green tick tells me I've had a decent night's sleep for a whole week. I've had 1 green tick in about 4 years I've used this tracker. But people are worrying that because their trackers are saying they're not getting a good night's sleep, that they're not actually getting one, and then are keeping themselves awake, worrying about trying to get some sleep that their tracker will then tell them is perfect. I'm a little concerned with that. And what I would say is, if you are worried about your sleep, yes, your tracker is a good indication, but also think about what your body is feeling. If you are getting 6 hours sleep and you're feeling wide awake, that's fine. We have something called circadian rhythms, and circadian rhythms are our body's natural ebb and flow. There are times of the day when we're particularly energetic, there's times of the day where we're tired. And some of us work on a 24-hour cycle, some of us work on a 26-hour cycle. A tracker can't actually account for that. So really think about, yes, look at these patterns, but really think about what you're feeling. Another thing to consider when it comes to sleeping is, do you have a bedtime routine? Maybe try and wind down about an hour or so before going to bed. Come off all social media, come off all smartphones, laptops, and so on. Actually start getting into the frame of mind to relax. Maybe think about reading a book. Have a glass of water by your bed, so if you do wake up in the middle of the night, feel thirsty, you don't actually have to get up and out, which can be disruptive. But then you might need to go to the toilet, so watch out for that as well. Also, you might think about having a pen and paper by your bed, because if you're like me, you wake up sometimes in the middle of the night with a great idea. If you open your phone to write that idea down, that can actually wake you up. So there's little things that you can do. The important thing about thinking about sleep and circadian rhythms is that our body can override our natural circadian rhythms based on our work. If we do shift work, maybe we're going on holiday, we might have jet lag, we might go into a different time zone, and our body is very adaptable. So if you are doing shift work, don't automatically think, oh my goodness, I must remember where my circadian rhythms are. Adjust your room and adjust your sleeping arrangements. Have blackout curtains so that you are able to sleep during the day. Those things are quite important. Sometimes when you're on holiday and the time zone shifts and you're trying to get some sleep, come out of the plane with sunglasses on. That can help too. When it comes to sleep, the main thing is, it's great to have a track. It's great to know what's going on, but it's also important to know yourself. How many hours sleep do you function best on, and how do you feel after you've had that rest? Don't just be a slave to your tracker just because trackers are great, but they will not measure every single nuance and will not account for every single person or act or thing that we like to get up to.